Alright guys, just wanted to talk briefly about something that's been on my mind, because it kind of has to be on my mind at this point because I'm 5 weeks out from bodybuilding show. Anyway, I wanted to talk about some things to consider when setting up your macros, or things that your coach will consider when setting up your macros for you. First is obviously caloric requirement. So you want to set your calories low enough that you're going to lose weight each week, but not so low that you're going to compromise muscle mass, or at least not so low that you're going to compromise more muscle mass than you have to, because sometimes it is going to happen. That's just part of it. Second thing is protein requirements, and I'm trying to go through these in the order of importance. First is caloric requirement, second is protein requirement. Again, you want to set this high enough that you're not compromising muscle mass, but low enough that you are losing weight. So this is going to be set after caloric requirements. And there's some debate about how much protein you actually need. It's pretty clear that people in severe deficits and people who are weight training do need higher protein, but there's a pretty broad range of what's acceptable among bodybuilders and powerlifters. Third is fat requirements, and again, this fits into your total calories, so you have to keep that in the back of your mind when you're setting this up, or in the front of your mind. And also hormonal issues that can arise from keeping your fat too low. And as far as hormones go, those are going to be a little bit messed up for most people by the time they get to a bodybuilding show. So it's a little bit more important for them as far as intake. You want to keep it as high as you can, just like with protein and carbs. But towards the end of a contest prep, you're most likely going to have to put it lower than you would be comfortable keeping it. Okay, next thing is carbs, and since we've already done protein and fat, you're really just filling in the rest of your caloric requirements with carbs. So those are actually least important on the list of macros, in my opinion. After that, it would be performance requirement. So how low can you go with your calories and not just suffer so much in the gym that you're losing muscle mass anyway? So I would actually argue that sometimes, even though it might seem like protein should be a little bit higher, you might get more benefit from lowering protein and raising carbs so that your performance doesn't suffer as much, and then you may end up retaining more muscle mass for that reason. So I've actually done that with my own. Recently, I've lowered protein even more, and I'll go over that in another video. Just passed a cop, guys, and I film with my phone, so hopefully he is not going to pull me over in a minute. I wasn't speeding. Anyway, what was I talking about? I was on carbs. Yeah, I've done that with my own calories recently. I've raised carbs some more and lowered protein some more, and I've dropped calories a little bit total, but for me, my performance suffers so much when carbs get low that I feel like I'm better served to keep carbs higher and protein a little bit lower than what some would recommend. Okay, the last thing to consider when setting up macros is just preference. If you're completely miserable from the get-go, then it's probably not the right setup for you. You should probably adjust some things. And again, I prefer higher carbs and feel a little bit better if I'm able to keep those higher, even if I have to lower protein. So that's what I've done. This has been a short video, and as usual, I'm driving, but I think I remembered the important stuff. So hopefully this has been interesting and helpful for anyone who is watching. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.